Blanket Jackson, born in 2002 as the youngest son of the legendary Michael Jackson, has led a unique and often scrutinized life. His nickname, Blanket, derived from his parents' observation of his soft skin as a baby, hints at the peculiarities that marked his childhood. Shielded from the public eye by his father, Blanket gradually stepped into the limelight after Michael's passing in 2009. Now a teenager, Blanket focuses on his education, maintaining a reserved demeanor compared to his more publicly active sister, Paris. This is a glimpse into Blanket's life, challenges, interests, and path. Challenges and carving his path. Blanket Jackson faced the spotlight from an early age. His unusual nickname, Blanket, originated from his soft skin during infancy. Mainly kept out of the public eye by his father, Blanket made occasional appearances shielded by masks or blankets. After Michael Jackson died in 2009, Blanket moved in with his grandmother, Katherine Jackson, growing up alongside siblings Prince and Paris. Despite facing public controversies, particularly severe bullying related to his father's legal issues in 2013, Blanket is gradually finding his way. With an interest in the entertainment industry and a love for movies, video games, and magic tricks, he's exploring his path and focusing on education. Currently residing in Calabasas, California, with Katherine Jackson as his primary guardian and co-guardian TJ Jackson, Blanket values privacy, preferring to spend time with close friends and family, away from the fame surrounding his iconic family. As he matures into a teenager, Blanket remains introspective, shy, and discerning about his future in the ever-watchful public eye. A glimpse into personal preferences and privacy. While details about Blanket Jackson's finances remain guarded due to his youth and lack of independent wealth, some reports suggest that his most notable purchase was an $11,000 purebred dog from Europe at age 10. However, the media has respected Blanket's privacy regarding his spending habits. Regarding interests, Blanket mirrors his late father, Michael Jackson's passions, including movies, video games, animals, magic tricks, and time spent at the family's Neverland Ranch estate. According to those close to him, he has inherited not only these interests, but also his father's shy, quiet, and compassionate nature. Disliking the invasion of his privacy, public speaking or performing, and the media attention solely tied to being Michael Jackson's son, Blanket aspires to an everyday, happy life. Grateful for the financial security his father provided for him and his siblings, Blanket continues to navigate life away from the spotlight. Fame and family wealth. Growing up under the shadow of his legendary father, Blanket Jackson has developed a cautious approach to fame, preferring to be recognized for his identity rather than his famous lineage. Described as thoughtful, intuitive, and remarkably intelligent, Blanket exudes maturity beyond his years. With a reported $100 million inheritance from his late father's estate, alongside his siblings, Paris and Prince, Blanket's financial future seems secure. However, until he reaches 30 and gains access to a significant portion of his inheritance, he relies on guardians and estate executors for major financial decisions. Despite his privileged upbringing, Blanket has managed to steer clear of the pitfalls of celebrity life, avoiding drugs, legal troubles, and scandalous behavior that often plague young stars. Instead, he dedicates his time to academics, hobbies, and cherished moments with his siblings under the guidance of Katherine Jackson. Only time will unveil whether he will face future controversies when he enters his teenage years. Nonetheless, Blanket remains committed to preserving his privacy and leading a modest life away from the limelight. His devotion to family and pursuit of simplicity align with the values instilled by his late father, reflecting a desire for a life less scrutinized and more authentically his own. Balancing normalcy and creativity. As Blanket Jackson steps into his late teens, his romantic life remains a well-guarded secret, consistent with his overall preference for privacy. Despite being a typical teenager who socializes with school peers, Blanket has not publicly revealed any romantic relationships. Instead, he appears to channel his focus towards friends, school, hobbies, and family, following the pursuits of a typical teenager. Managed by his guardians, his social media accounts occasionally feature glimpses into his life, sharing moments of participation in school drama club productions or enjoying trips to amusement parks with his siblings. Blanket collaborates with his brother Prince on YouTube videos, engaging in creative endeavors and showcasing a performance potential that runs in the Jackson family. Beyond his reserved public image, those close to Blanket, including cousins and siblings, describe a silly and goofy side at home, engaging in activities like making funny home videos, playing pranks on his siblings, enjoying the company of pets, and sharing jokes. Blanket displays a light-hearted nature that contrasts with his shy exterior. Through these glimpses into his life, it seems that Blanket Jackson is gradually finding joy and healing from the early trauma of losing his father. Privacy, maturity, and philanthropy. Blanket Jackson, the youngest son of Michael Jackson, has gracefully faced challenges surrounding his father's legacy, particularly in the wake of the Leaving Neverland documentary. Despite enduring hurtful comments on social media, Blanket has displayed commendable maturity, focusing on the positive aspects of his life and steering clear of tabloid controversies. Actively involved in charitable causes, he upholds his late father's philanthropic spirit, supporting initiatives such as Heal LA, pediatric cancer research, and foundations for burn victims. Fluent in English and Spanish, Blanket excels academically, considering diverse career paths in architecture, computer programming, medicine, and veterinary science. As he continues to balance academic excellence with a commitment to charitable work, Blanket Jackson emerges as a poised and compassionate individual, shaping his unique path. Extraordinary beginnings with grace. Despite an upbringing far from conventional, Blanket Jackson displays remarkable groundedness, politeness, and humility amidst the surreal circumstances of his birth and teenage years. Shielded by the stable home provided by his grandmother Katherine Jackson, Blanket, self-motivated and poised, exhibits tremendous potential despite the challenges ahead. The controversial circumstances of his biological origins, born to an anonymous surrogate mother selected by Michael Jackson, remain the elephant in the room. As Blanket matures, discussing his unorthodox conception becomes difficult, complicated by public curiosity and speculation. The void left by his father's absence is acknowledged by those close to Blanket, yet the love and support from family, both immediate and extended, provide a foundation for him to forge his unique path. Blanket's intelligence, compassion, sharp wit, and untapped talents are frequently praised, and there's a recognition that his father's singular aura may reverberate through his youngest son. Navigating the eternal spotlight. Blanket Jackson, perpetually under the public eye due to his father's enduring legacy, faces a lifetime of media scrutiny, a pressure that would overwhelm most individuals. However, Blanket's resilience lies in recalling his father's unwavering love and staying true to his own identity amidst the larger-than-life legacy he was born into. While the media may anticipate Blanket paying tribute to his father's musical heritage, he remains focused on carving his path and achieving personal milestones that would make his father proud. Those acquainted with Blanket note his embodiment of his father's childlike wonder and warmth, yet acknowledge his distinct persona, separate from the iconic figure Michael Jackson represents globally. As Blanket transitions into adulthood, his quiet strength and grace continue to captivate observers, embodying his own legacy. Shadow of fame. In the kingdom of Jackson enthusiasts, every elusive glimpse of Blanket becomes a treasure trove, offering a glimpse into Michael Jackson's enigmatic universe. Yet paradoxically, Blanket, shrouded in profound privacy, remains the biggest enigma within the closely guarded Jackson circle. Will the relentless glare of fame forever encircle Blanket, or does he hold the key to breaking free from his predetermined destiny? As the youngest among the Jackson siblings, Blanket witnesses the family's triumphs and tribulations unfold globally, inevitably becoming part of the public narrative. Despite the perpetual drama surrounding the Jackson name, Blanket draws from his father's serene demeanor and his grandmother Katherine Jackson's unwavering strength to navigate the unscathed chaos. What sets Blanket apart is his steadfast refusal to capitalize on his father's renown, shunning interviews, autograph sessions or premature forays into the entertainment industry. Instead, he remains resolute in his quest for authenticity, waiting patiently for the right time to start his path. Blanket's dignified composure in the face of relentless scrutiny garners widespread admiration, underscoring his resilience amid the daily pressures of fame. Blanket's undeniable raw talent raises a crucial question. Can he conquer the daunting specter of self-consciousness that threatens to undermine his potential? The aftermath of Michael's shocking demise and a uniquely skewed upbringing present a formidable challenge, and how Blanket handles incessant questions and criticisms about his origins will undoubtedly shape his journey. The looming conflict revolves around preserving a semblance of normality amid the ceaseless flashing bulbs accompanying each step outdoors. Perhaps Paris, having walked a similar tightrope, offers valuable counsel. A potential escape from California could grant Blanket the peace and autonomy he craves, allowing him to control access and fend off intrusive world scrutiny daily. Sensitivity must remain his top priority before contemplating any career moves. Ultimately, only Blanket Jackson himself fully appreciates the contradictory push-pull effects of famous parentage. How safety intertwines with suffocation, the isolation that comes with privilege, and the complications posed by ever-present vultures during pivotal milestones. It's a surreal lineage, where the immortal pop genius Michael Jackson was also just a flawed father seeking connection beyond idolatry. Textbooks fall short in capturing the complexities of this solo navigation Blanket undertakes. Despite the projections of Michael's mythologies onto Blanket, his patience and poise signal hope for personal liberation. As his father was both a genius and a broken bird, Blanket may find healing by taking flight solo. What Blanket Jackson treasures most is normalcy, hearty laughter with trusted confidants, cozy moments with pets while watching Netflix, strumming his guitar without self-consciousness, and standing in awe before the magical Neverland Ranch train depot. These everyday pleasures, often taken for granted by children worldwide, are Blanket's private desires as he confronts an extraordinary future where his iconic father's aura perpetually envelops his own. Guardian of precious memories. The world hungers for a glimpse into Blanket's profound reflections on his perpetually adored father's enduring legacy. As the sole Jackson offspring born during Michael's twilight years, Blanket holds invaluable memories that offer a unique perspective on the king of pop. Despite the lucrative potential of sharing these intimate recollections, Blanket stands firm in his commitment to preserving the mystique surrounding his father, refusing to pierce it for financial gain. Only time will unveil whether this resolve remains unwavering throughout his life. What's particularly heartening is the growing vocal support Blanket receives from Michael's vast and enduring fanbase. Initially met with skepticism due to his unconventional surrogacy origins, Blanket has gradually won over the fans, who now recognize Michael's selfless love, reflected in this reserved son. The quiet strength and maturity displayed by Blanket, well beyond his years, as he carries his father's torch, evoke a swell of goodwill from admirers, serving to bolster his self-confidence. Who guides Blanket? As Katherine Jackson gracefully ages, the question lingers. Who will be Blanket's guiding force into adulthood in the absence of Michael? All signs point to his older siblings, Paris and Prince, with support from cousin TJ Jackson and Michael's brothers, as the Jackson clan rallies together when crisis looms. Blanket finds solace in the assurance that he can lean on family, especially during significant milestones like turning 18, when increased wealth and scrutiny become inevitable. Yet, the persistent query remains. Will Blanket choose to remain in California near Michael's legacy, or will he seek refuge from the unrelenting spotlight? It might sound improbable, but Michael himself contemplated disappearing, only to return for the sake of his family and fans. Perhaps Blanket could be the first Jackson to evade the predestined fate of fame successfully. Nevertheless, Michael's indelible mark may cast a perpetual shadow over Blanket, unless he manages to break free. Blanket's innate artistic talents will eventually surface, but only when his self-confidence surpasses lingering grief. Michael's DNA undoubtedly courses through the veins of this reserved young man, though the specific artistic path Blanket will choose remains undisclosed. Regardless, Blanket possesses the youth, wealth, and Jackson's wit to explore every creative possibility imaginable in the years ahead. So that's all for today's video. If you like this video, click the like and the bell buttons. We'll have another video for you soon. Take care until then.